I've had many interest on doing a walkthrough through my setup with the Sonance Mag 6.1. But before I do that, I wanted to just do an update. I did get a third one, so I have 18.4 speakers. I have 18 of the small ones and have 3 subs plus an additional sub that's you're looking at right now. It's elevated off the floor and it's mounted on some brackets. And the reason I added an additional Sonos amp with the Sonance speakers is due to the fact that when people were in here, in this covered area that I have here, they were wanting to listen to the music a little louder. And what it was doing is that I would have to raise the volume of maybe the people that were out in the pool area very loud compared to the people that want to hear. And the reason why is sometimes I playing videos on TV or my daughter's playing Just Dance and they want that music louder, while the people are not participating in the activities, they would just want to talk. So what I did is I did add another system up on top. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 speakers up there. And the way I ran the wiring on a lot of my TVs that I have up here is I use these channels right here. Now they do have double-sided tape, but since I have a textured wall, I had to go ahead and just drill holes and screw them into the brick. If not, after the heat gets to it, it will fall off. So it's best if you use these channels to actually secure them to the wall a little more securely, especially if you have some textured walls. So I was able to attach these using some brackets. There's a close-up of how I did it. Now this is pipe thread. This is a 45, and this is from EMT conduit. EMT conduit, pipe thread, and this is a pipe thread base. I didn't put 3 screws on there because it's really not holding a lot of weight. So I put those links to all those things up. Now you can get those from Best Buy. They do sell those, but they're super expensive. You're going to save a lot of money just buying the individual pieces and just piecing your wall mount yourself. Save a lot of money. I think it's $45 per speaker, so it adds up. Now the way I did it down here is I mounted the amp under here. So this is outdoors, and I don't have a problem because I have this ledge protecting it. This shield right here, it's actually for a gutter. And I put that shield because I noticed that when the sun is rising in the mornings, the sun is hitting the amp. And over time, that's gonna, affect it. So I didn't want to discolor or mess up any of the electronic components. So what I did is I attached this to the bottom of this, and that blocks it. Now under here I have the subwoofer connected. This is a RCA cable. It's going from here to this sub. Now this sub I can turn on when I want to use it, and if I don't want to use it, I just leave it turned off. And the reason it is covered is to protect it from the humidity. I do live in South Florida and we get a lot of humidity. So even though this is under a covered area, there is humidity, and I just want to protect that as much as I can because that is made out of wood, and that's going to help protect it. And if you notice that there's a box on top of the sub, that's a power strip that's in there. I also have an Apple TV because the TV that's up there is an older TV that I have that doesn't have a smart technology, has no apps. It's a 4D TV. Remember those when those were in style? And so I put an Apple TV here. I also have other stuff in there, and that's to send the signal to the other TV. That way it mirrors whatever the Apple TV is playing. And I also have a free HDMI port there. And now I can use that to connect a computer to it and broadcast the music from there. Or in the future, when I do replace this TV, I can go ahead and enter the HDMI from that TV into this Sonos amp and have that as another source for music. So let me just step away so you can see it. So right there's the amp, and right there's the speakers. For this setup I called the Terrace. We have pool 1 and pool 2 in the Terrace. If you're wondering where the subwoofer is for the Sonance system, it's actually underneath these chairs. I have, like I said earlier, I have a lot of stuff under covers because that's the only way you make it last here in Florida sun. But underneath this stack of chairs is the sub that's connected to the Terrace amplifier. Now I was facing this way. When I was talking to you in the earlier portion of this video, and when you walk out here, there's actually a sub right under here. It's right under the chairs. So it's right under there. And the reason why I located that here is because I have a sub that's right there, and I have another one that's over there. I'm gonna do a walkthrough shortly so you can see how everything sounds, but basically when you hear it, it's as soon as you walk into my backyard, you're gonna hear music throughout the whole backyard. There is no dead zones or no areas in the house where there is music not playing. All right, well, I'm gonna do the walkthrough with you guys so you can see how my setup is. Ignore everything that's covered, that's just to protect. But as soon as you walk in, you can hear the music. I lowered it a lot, that way you can hear me. So there's a speaker right there. That's one. Second speaker in there. Of course, I gotta put plant in there. I haven't done that yet. Third speaker right there. Notice you hear music perfectly everywhere. Fourth speaker right there. And now there's one over here. 6 speakers. So hello to Mr. Al. There's a sub right there. And that's the 6 speakers right there. So all this right here is pool 1, including this subwoofer under here, underneath that chair. So all this is pool number 2, not pool 1, pool number 2. And remember, even though that sub is connected to Terrace, you can hear it here perfectly. So if I did not have that sub underneath those chairs, you would not hear any bass on this part of the backyard. So even though that's connected to Terrace, it syncs to the music. It doesn't make a difference. It's like it's part of pool 2, which is this first 6 speakers that we walked through. This is pool number 2. And that's part of pool number 2 right there. That sub, we just talked about it. Now here's pool number 1. Speaker number 1. Speaker number 2 in those plants. You can better see it. That's what I'm going to try to do with the other ones. Hide them. Here's number 3. The sub is in there. Here's another speaker in there. I think that's number 4. Number 5 right here. And number 6. And that's what I want to do to most of them. Most of them I want to hide them. So let's do a quick pan around. So here's pool number 1 is all this up to right there. Then pool 2 starts all the way around and wraps around. So that takes care of everything in the perimeter. And there's 3 subs. There's one there, and then one in the other side, underneath the chairs I showed you. That covers everything there. Now that would have been enough, but unfortunately, I realized I needed another system to cover everything in the Terrace. So So that's why I added a third system. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 all along the wall. Plus that sub. And believe it or not, the sub that makes the biggest difference in this space is that little 8-inch sub that I have underneath there. Because when I turn that sub on, it actually, the bass waves just goes in and out of this long, narrow area. So when you couple that with all the subs and all the 18 speakers, it's amazing back here. It's basically like a club in my house now. And everybody that comes in here is very impressed. So as you can see, if you can just hear it, you can hear the music everywhere. So I'm gonna go ahead and do another walkthrough. Once this beat drops here, this sub right here. So I'm gonna just do a walkthrough. I'm not gonna talk for the rest of the video so you can get an idea. And the system right now is about 30%. It's really low. If I were to raise this really high, you won't hear me talking, you won't hear anything.